everyone, and welcome to the Change Makers, our series on innovative solutions for a sustainable future. Today we have Lucas Kling, he's Head of Business Development, Capital Goods at Aperam, joining us to discuss the role of carbon capture, utilization and storage, CCUS, and Aperam's contributions to this crucial field. Welcome, Lucas.
Thank you for the kind introduction, Eleanor. I'm glad to be here today.
So first of all, Lucas, can you please present Aperam?
Yes, of course. Aperam is a leading global company in the stainless steel and special alloys. We have a worldwide footprint, more than 40 different entities around the world, and two main production sites in Brazil and Europe. We can provide sustainable material solutions for different segments and sector, and not only as a supplier, but acting as a true partner. We are there before a project, during the project, and after the project to support in the better way possible all the stakeholders we could have as collaborators.
And as a head of business development, what is your job role and your mission at Aperam?
Well, as head of business development, I have the fundamental mission to look outside Aperam, understand what are the market needs, what are at stake for the different segments, and what are the challenges. I need to have a very good comprehension on how we, Aperam, could support the different actors to develop their own solutions. Once I understand these boundary conditions, I need then to come back and look inside to Aperam to understand what are our capabilities. Then, when I make the link on where we are, where we could be throughout innovation, throughout R&D, throughout developments, I organize the company, I drive these developments to then meet market expectations. And then, with these, we can together develop solutions, for example, carbon capture once.
So now let's get into the main topic of our conversation, which is CCUS. What is it and what techniques does it cover?
As you already said, CCUS is carbon capture, utilization and storage. In the journey we are in the world with regards to sustainability, one way to contribute for these very challenging targets is the decarbonization. The decarbonization could be made throughout the CCUS. We capture the CO2, let's say like this. And nowadays, we have, to make it very simple, three main technologies. I capture the CO2 before I have the burning of the fuel, so pre-combustion, or I can capture the CO2 in the flue gas after the combustion, post-combustion technologies, or a more special one called oxycombustion, where I inject lots of oxygen when I'm making the burn of the fuel that will give me an output of very rich CO2 plus water. If I have a very big concentration of CO2, it's easier to capture. There are three main technologies. Nowadays, most of the solutions are based on post-combustions. In the future, there is a trend to move to oxycombustion. And the stainless steel and special alloys are key enablers for all these solutions.
Okay, that's very clear, but why is Aperam engaged into the CCUS challenge?
Because the material selection is a key enabler to make these solutions not only feasible from the technical point of view, but also to reduce total cost of ownership, to make these solutions also economically feasible. So Aperam, throughout our capabilities, our innovation, I can go in detail later, we can support to enhance the technical solutions while reducing the Pareto CapEx OpEx.
So you say that Aperam has strong innovation power, but you're primarily known for metal production. How has an industrial metal manufacturer integrated innovation activities?
Very good question. I'm glad that you raised this point. Yes, we are mainly a provider of raw materials, but not only that. We have a very good teams in R&D, in innovation. For example, we have two research centers in Europe. We have one research center in Brazil. Total of more than 140 experts on on different fields: chemical, metallurgical, mechanical, and all these capacity to develop innovation and solutions of Aperam are also there to support the development of our own stakeholders, our own customers. So, as I said before, we want to be there in the pre-project to support the material selection, to be sure that the best materials in place are being addressed for the solution. We are there during the project to deliver the material in a good quality, in a good manner with technical support, and we are there after the execution of the project to collect and support with the data to enhance the performance. So we go from A to Z in an innovative way, always trying to support customers to reduce total cost of ownership. It's very important to have this conscience when we are in such industries that are highly competitive.
And can you provide examples of innovation development with partners?
Yes, of course. For example, I will give you some concrete ones. We have a collaboration with Petrobras. It's the energy company in Brazil with a worldwide footprint. For example, you have these big IECs, Petrobras, Total, Shell. With Petrobras in specific, we have a partnership where we participate. We have a seat in a committee. We have a chair, sorry, in a committee focus on the material selection whole to enable carbon capture solutions by reducing TCO. Going in a bit on details, Petrobras has a big fleet of ships that are running by burning fuel. And one of the projects we are supporting then is by selecting the best materials for our onboard carbon capture system to capture the emissions from the ships and further inject on the offshore wells. Aperam is there supporting us on the discussions. We are there supporting us for the future pilots. Another example, not onshore, but not offshore, but onshore now, is the partnership we have with Air Liquide. Different industries in different segments. For example, if the cement industry, petrochemical industries, different industries onshore, they have CO2 emissions. Air Liquide, one of the leaders on the technology to capture carbon, have done a partnership with us to support them to select the best materials for their new technology called CryoCap. Now, we are not only inside this technology of Air Liquide, evaluating and selecting through corrosion tests the different materials, but we are also participating on building up this pilot with them. So these are concrete actions. I try to give you two examples on offshore applications and onshore applications where Aperam is engaged and supporting our collaborators.
That's very interesting. And in your projects, it seems that Aperam is always concerned about the carbon and environmental footprint of the products you deliver. Are your clients ready to consider this constraint in addition to all the others? And won't they prefer less sustainable and cheaper materials to reduce their costs?
Well, we are not only acting to support the technologies to decarbonize, but we also have a very low carbon footprint. We have sustainable solutions. Our material has a low CO2. In these different capsules we are going to do in the change makers, there will be one dedicated to this topic, so I'll not go in details. But we have a portfolio of products that they are manufactured with a very low carbon footprint. This reduce the scope 3 on the projects that we can implement with our partners, and I can confirm to you that there are really a good part of the market that they are willing, they recognize the value added in their supply chain to have a low carbon footprint provider of materials, of solutions as a partner.
And now to conclude, Lucas, what's next for Aperam?
Well, there are lots of challenges. We want in Aperam to be very pragmatic, acting in three different axes. We want to keep delivering, keep supporting the ongoing projects, the ongoing solutions. And in the mid-long term, we are organizing ourselves to be even a more relevant actor. We have, I can disclose here with you, a special sponsorship program inside the company that I lead throughout the teams, where we have a very clear competitive intelligence overview from the market, where we have strategical partners to engage and together with them to make feasible this journey to capture, storage, and support with our 2 cents, I would say, the decarbonation journey for the world.
Well, thank you very much, Lucas, for sharing your insights on Aperam's role in advancing CCUS technologies and sustainable innovations. It's clear that Aperam is at the forefront of addressing global decarbonization challenges. So stay tuned on more interviews in our series, The Change Makers, on sustainable solutions. In the meantime, if you want to continue the conversation with Lucas, the best way is to contact him.